rate of change from 20 years to 80 years in millimeters per year. So we're looking at this, the change in millimeters over the change in years. Well, the change in millimeters is negative 2.4. It's a decrease of 2.4 millimeters. And as the age increases from 20 to 80, so that's an increase of 60 years. So the change in millimeters is negative 2.4. The change in years is positive 60. You divide those, you get negative 0.04 millimeters per year as the average rate of change, and that is choice 4. Number 17 says, okay, we got a graph here. Y is equal to ax squared. We don't know what the multiplier a is. We could figure it out. I think in this case it's 2, but it's sort of trying to say like it doesn't matter what it is. But what they're saying is if you take the a value, the multiplier, and multiply it by negative 1/2, how does that change the equation? Okay, well, first of all, it's pretty clear that it's the a value is positive as is, right? It's opening upward. So if you multiply it by negative 1/2, that's going to make the a value negative. It's certainly going to open downward. So that means you can get rid of 2 and you can get rid of 4. It's going to open downward. Okay, now the question is it going to get wider or more narrow? Well, it's going to get wider because the higher the number, like if it's 10x squared, that's super narrow. If it's 100x squared, that's really, really narrow. If, for instance, if it's like 0.2x squared, then it's like super shallow. So multiplying it by 1/2 is going to make it become a lower number, and that's going to make it more wide. But just to make sure of that, to illustrate that, imagine it was y is equal to 2x. We're going to take that 2, multiply it by negative 1/2. Now it's just y equals negative 1x squared. Now clearly that opens downward, and clearly the negative 1 multiplier, the 1 multiplier is going to be a shallower graph, a wider graph than the 2. Over here, what if it was 8x squared and you multiplied that by negative 1/2? That would become negative 4x squared, and that's going to open downward clearly, but again, the 4 here is wider than the 8. So that's the answer. It's wider and it opens downward. That's what's going to happen. So that's choice 1.